So, when the Founding Fathers came up with the concept of the Electoral College and it started getting implemented into our election process, they knew that there would be those random, certain complicated scenarios that would arise, such as a person winning the Electoral College but actually losing the popular vote, or there wasn't a majority of Electoral College votes, or etc. That would, cause some complications. And in 1824, Andrew Jackson received the most Electoral College votes at 99. And he had actually a slight popular vote lead, but he was actually tied with 3 other people. And the House of Representatives was responsible for choosing the winner between the top 3 finishers. And the person who came in 4th place was actually the Speaker of the House of Representatives. His name was Henry Clay, and of course he had pre-existing grudges against Andrew Jackson, and he wanted to wiggle his way into 3rd place and be able to still stand a chance because he was running for president as well. And so he ended up cutting a deal that today is known as the corrupt bargain. But it actually ended up giving Jackson a very effective strategy for winning the election the following term that he ran. So the next presidential election after he was elected, in his very first annual message to Congress, his suggestion was to completely eliminate Electoral College because he had been a victim of the downsides of, its potential effect. Currently, within the past 20 years, but especially more recently, in the 2000 election and in the 2016 election, the winner of the popular vote actually lost the Electoral College vote, which was just a relapse of what happened with Andrew Jackson. And so this similar situation arose, and because of these events, people started to once again bring up the idea of completely abolishing Electoral College altogether. In 6, it was Al Gore who lost to George W. Bush, and then Hillary lost to Donald Trump. So nowadays, you can absolutely connect these 2 events, one in when Andrew Jackson was pretty much one of the first victims of the Electoral College going the wrong way, and then with Donald Trump winning to Hillary Clinton even though he had lost the popular vote. So he kind of got the upside of it, but Hillary Clinton got the downside. And so there are many discussions today about, is the Electoral College the most effective way of electing the best leader? And obvious reasons from the Democratic Party for eliminating it is that you can win the popular vote yet still lose the race. And it basically gives that perception that every vote didn't actually really count, which technically would go against America's democratic process and what we stand for. But people against that easily can argue that the densely populated yet small clustered geographic areas can end up deciding the election over these giant swaths of people in the country who don't have the best knowledge of what needs to be happening in smaller scale cities. So basically today we just have to ask ourselves, is it a question of just how can we get the most people, or how can we accomplish the job as a whole country together?